Hey y'all, I'm James Wright. Welcome to my shop, and you know that I love hand planes, but then I saw one of these and I thought, do I love that? Let's find out. The Rali 220 is an interesting plane, and I wasn't quite sure what to think about it. A very big part of me immediately goes, ew, plastic, gross. But honestly, I mean, plastic, it's a good solid substance and it functions well. The company does not advertise it as a high-end, high fit and finish heirloom quality tool. They publish it as a functional tool for the new age. It is a plane that anyone can pick up and immediately go to town working on. And in the sub $100 price point, honestly, they've got a market because there's a lot of people out there who don't have a whole lot of money, but they want something that just works. There are people out there who don't want to figure out what all the knobs and doohickeys do. They just want a plane to shave off some wood. And this thing, right out of the box, it takes shavings. The function on this thing is wildly different. There is no lateral adjustment, there's no chip breaker adjustment, there's no frog adjustment, there's just this one lever that advances the iron and retracts the iron. And it does that really well. Actually, the settings on this hold fairly nicely. Another thing is you never sharpen the iron. You pull this all the way up, you flip up the mouth, and now you can bring this up and get at the iron. The clamshell opens up, and in here you've got an iron that has two edges to it. Technically, yeah, you probably could resharpen this, but they're not designed to do that. They're designed to go right back in, and you can lock into place, close that up, swing it down, flip the lever, and then you're back in business. Advance it to your cut, and everything is back the way it should be. And honestly, if you just want to get to making shavings, this does it. To give you a closer look at the body, it's just a metal frame going all the way around. It's actually hollow inside. Attaching it to the plastic is just these crimped in pieces. I think that's actually kind of cool. It functions well and holds nicely into the side, but it feels very, very light and very, very cheap. Well, it kind of is. It may look a little bit different from your traditional Bailey style hand plane, but honestly, this is what we've come to know in the US and a lot of England. But in Western Europe, you'll see a design like this. It's designed to have your hand wrapped around the back and then a foregrip up here your thumb hooks onto. Most of the traditional ones, they bend to one side because everyone was right-handed and so it works that way. But most of the modern ones keep them straight so you can use them right or left-handed. On a lot of them, you'll actually see these grips in the back that the webbing of the hand locks into, and it's kind of duplicated that same thing, but without the iron coming up. All in all, I find the body to be kind of fun. It's an interesting remake on a traditional design, and I like seeing new invention of that. I like seeing things rethought through. But if the plane is designed to be something that anyone can pick up and out of the box do work with, this one's got some problems. Now, I was having problems. It takes shavings here and then barrows out and then it takes them over here. And the problem was, in testing, I realized it was cutting here and cutting here. It wasn't cutting in the middle, and it was actually causing a bit of a curvature to the board. And that's because the sole wasn't flat. And I'm not saying wasn't flat by a little bit. It wasn't flat by a long bit. I'm in the middle of flattening it right now, and this thing needs a lot of work in order to get a flat shaving. For all of their work to make something functional out of the box, to have something so basic left undone was kind of surprising. And if you know me, you know I'm not one of these people who's absolutely crazy about a plane having to be crazy perfectly flat within an inch of its life. It just has to be flat enough to function and give you a flat surface. This was nowhere near that, and it was one of those things that kind of surprised me. Everything out of this is supposed to be dead simple so anyone can pick it up and do it. The adjustment on it is so easy. The blade removal is incredibly simple, but if the plane doesn't give you a flat surface by a long margin off, it's pretty much junk. Now, the company does put out higher quality versions of this, and I'm assuming that those are flat and functional. But if you start getting up into the price point for some of those, you're past the person who just wants to grab a plane to make a few shavings. You're into the job where someone actually wants a good quality heirloom tool. So as much as I really want to like this, I'm kind of scratching my head as wondering, what do they do here? I hate flattening planes. And this one is taking forever to get it flat at the mouth. Heel and toe, great. Sides, great. But the mouth, that's where it's important. It's got to be flat there. It's taking me forever to get to. And there, after almost 15 minutes of flattening, I still am missing this spot here. Now, to a lot of you, 15 minutes will sound like a really fast sharpening time, but in all of the planes I've ever done with the method that I have here, I've only had 2 planes take longer than that, and both of those were 7s or 8s. And if I wanted to take this down to the point where I'd have a really fine mouth to do high precision work, then this would probably take me about another 10 to 15 minutes to do that. Not to mention the sole is only 2 millimeters thick, and I've already sanded off almost a quarter of that. But after all that work, we're now getting full width shavings that are very pleasing. You just had to do a lot to get there. When I first saw these come out, I thought, this is kind of cool. I love redesigns, remake things, even if they are more affordable, cheaper. I want something that does what it says it'll do. I want something that if it says it's going to work out of the box, it works out of the box. Now, honestly, this is one of the only planes under $100 where I pulled it out of the box and immediately took a shaving. It did work out of the box, unlike any other plane under 100. However, it wouldn't do what you want it to do. And so I would end up having to spend a lot more time on this to actually get it functioning. I really want to love this. It's an interesting design. It's functionally cool. It's different. But yeah, I can't. And yes, I will address the elephant in the room. The blades are disposable, and you're supposed to buy a new one every time you need it. Now, they do last a lot longer. I'm guessing that there's some kind of a carbide, and they do last surprisingly long. But in a normal project, you're probably going to need 1 or 2 of these for a project, and so it's kind of a consumable you'll have to figure in with your project, and they're not all that cheap either. You can 3D print a jig that will hold onto it to help sharpen it, or you can hold onto it with vice grips and sharpen it just like you would with a small spoke shave. But no matter what, this is really hard to sharpen, and because it doesn't have any lateral adjustment, if you sharpen one side more than the other, you're going to run into all kinds of issues with it. It's just one of those planes I want to love, but everything about it doesn't work. At this point in the video, I was planning on saying, you know, if you really want a plane that just works out of the box, you're not going to have to mess with it, and you're only going to use it once or twice a year, this is the one to go get, and it'd be a great answer for that. But even if you're going to use it once or twice a year, it's not going to do what you want it to do unless you're going to spend a bunch of time to get it up and running, and in that case you might as well just go buy a cheaper plane that is going to need just as much, if not less work, and has more options for adjustability. As much as I want to recommend it, I can't, and I honestly can't think of any situation or anyone where I would say, yeah, this is a good fit for you. I really hate doing these kind of videos. I don't like being negative, but in this case, you gotta be negative where negative is required. Maybe in the future I'll try one of their more premium planes, and I'm hoping those work better, which for the price they should, but we'll have to see how that goes. So I hope you like this. If you have any questions, thoughts, ideas, snide remarks, or things I could have done better, please let me know those down in the comments down below. I do read through all of them, and I answer as many of them as I can get to. And that helps us out. Anytime you comment down below, it helps the channel grow and means a lot. But if you really want to be truly amazing, check out these people over here. Those are some of the patrons on Patreon. And between patrons and members, you guys are the ones that keep this channel going. And without you, we wouldn't be here. So if you want to find out more about Patreon and really help us out, think about doing that. Links down below. I think that's it for now. And until next time, have a wonderful day. I just realized it. I should have seen it. It's the devil. Look, it's red. It's got horns. It even has the mark of the beast.